And before we fall out of topic again, um,
Fucking
He
beautiful.
he gets I
That
guess
was
he
sorry,
gets a
I'm so
fist
sorry.
pump
I'm
for
so
how
sorry.
good that
that's
one
so good.
was,
He
and
was
I get
enjoying it.
roasted. I get roasted every time I do something bad. I see what's going on here.
What
You're like,
Really?
oh, that
That
was
segue?
so good, Shao. That was so good.
It
Bring more of
was
that. Bring more of that.
the segue. That was a brilliant.
That was a
segue.
great sweep. That was a great seek.
We mentioned on the last episode that we were going to do Fallout Season 2 because it's coming out like the 13th or 17th. Shao and I had seen it. Hayden hadn't. So Hayden was going to watch it to catch up. So when we were deciding what to do from now till then, we just thought, fuck it, let's just do Fallout Season 1. And when we sort of landed on it in the first two episodes we talked about watching, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pack these two episodes in like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because I had hockey late last night and then work today. And so I was like, oh, I'll just do a refresher, like a condensed thing.
Yeah.
Well, the fucking stars aligned, boys. Like, I tried doing it at work, like just a condenser, and it was just like somebody talking about it. And I was like, no, like, I can't do this. Like, I have to actually watch it condensed. And so I'm driving home from work, and Kate calls me, and she's like, oh, I think because our van is needing an oil change. We had to cancel it on the weekend because we just overbooked. And we're like, fuck, we can't. Anyways, so Kate calls me. She's like, I think I'm just going to go get the oils changed. Like, I think I'll just do it now. Because she was in Richmond just dropping Jocelyn off. I was like, and she's like, yeah, James is at home with Nate and they're working on their school project. And I was just like, she's like, should I just go do it now and just go right there and not come home? And I was like, yeah, we should probably get the oil changed. In my head, I'm like, I'm gonna watch episode 2. I'm gonna skip episode 1 because episode 2 will start with the recap of episode 1.
Right. Smart.
So
That's
I
smart.
started it. There was no recap,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
watching it, and I got like 20 seconds in. I was like, fuck, like I just want to rewatch it. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
went and I
yeah,
just
yeah.
like literally from home till I don't know 15 minutes ago, I just watched them. Elsie was here. I don't know. I don't know what she was doing. Third child. She was
just,
roaming.
just let them do their thing.
She's like James is in charge.
They're child. They're child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. So I got to watch. I mean, I had to pause it a couple times here and there, but yeah. So I watched. I'm so happy I did. I'm just, for a second watch, it hasn't disappointed because it's been like a year and a half, I think, since the first season came out. It's over a year.
Yeah.
It's over a year between seasons.
Yeah.
So yes, I did watch both. Hayden, did you watch both?
I did. I watched the second one today though, because I was like,
Yeah.
I got through one last night, and I was like, I'm so tired. I probably shouldn't watch the second one because I'll have to rewatch it anyway.
Right.
So
Attaboy.
I saved it for today, and I watched it over breakfast.
And Shao, what about you?
I didn't. I did watch I did watch a recap for both of them, and I'm glad I did because I missed out on some things. I think I don't know, just
really
maybe just like
nail
I
it.
forgot and it just came back to me, but at the same time I'm like, oh man, I'm yeah, because I told you guys, but obviously the audience doesn't know that this week Stranger Things came out, and I I don't know if you guys ever watched the first season. I don't, right? I hate not just nothing, right?
No, I haven't watched
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first season, and then for me, 2, 3, 4 were just like, mm, whatever. And then I guess, uh, yeah, I just decided to watch the first episode. Again, they came up with four, and each one is an hour long, and so I watched one of them, and I just plowed through all four of them. It's better than the ones before, but yeah. So I've been busy watching that, but then I watched the recap, and like, okay, yeah, I'm back. I'm really back into this series now because
Yeah.
of where I left off and stuff like that.
First of all, I want to say good for you if like 2, 3, and 4 weren't good for going back for a fifth, because shows like if it's 2 seasons in a row,
Yeah.
like I'm done. I won't watch it there. Like that happened with me, Sons of Anarchy. Like I didn't watch the last season, or I think it was like the final season, or was it broken up in 2? Maybe it was the final 2 seasons, but because I was done, and I'd watched more than just 1 season of it. Like for you to watch 1 season of Stranger Things and then 3 bad seasons, I don't know.
Right.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't go back.
I do want to say I don't think they were bad. I think season 1 was so good for me that 2, 3, 4, like if season 1 was a 9.5, 2 was like a 7, and then 3, 7.5, 7.5, that kind of thing. But I think being the last season, I just wanted to see how it ends and how they tie it all up. But so far so good. But we'll see. The next couple come out on Christmas. But yeah. Yeah, Fallout.
Hey, Hayden, before we get, I want to hear. Oh, hold on a sec. Before we even get into this.
Oh, crisp.
In a minute.
Crisp.
In a minute.
That one actually made it onto the record, on the track.
It's on the
Very
track.
good.
What did you guys try it, Hayden? Did you try the not looking at the time, but looking at how many hours you had? Because I had a great night with that one night, but I'm curious if you tried it.
I tried to try it.
Okay, thanks. So, Shao, how did... No. I'm kidding. You tried to try it?
Yeah, I don't know what happened this week. There was a couple of nights, my body must have just shut down on me a couple of times because there were a few nights there where I passed out at like 9 o'clock and woke up at 1. There was one night where I woke up at 2:15, and I'm like, I have to get up in 45 minutes. What the hell is going on?
Oh my God.
So there was a couple of my body was just exhausted, I think. But there were a couple of nights that were really good.
Idea. I think it was last week you told us you get like 3 hours of sleep a night. So yeah, I think you're fucking crashing out, bro. You need
Just
to get
a little
some
bit.
goddamn sleep.
Just a little bit.
Have like 2 good nights of sleep. You'll feel like a new man.
Oh, I do. That's what I do on my weekends. And then come Monday, I'm like, I know I can live off of 3 hours of this night because I've got all the reserves. But then I keep doing that. It's horrible. It's terrible. But no, there was at least 2 or 3. Well, there was 2 really good nights, and then maybe 1.5 other ones where I got more than I would normally get. So it was a semi-successful attempt at an experiment for me. I'm going to continue to try it this week to get more sleep because I need to work up to at least 5-6 hours, you know. It's tough when there's so much evening stuff, and I feel bad coming home and sleeping when I'm like, I've got to do school, or I've got to do this, and I want to do this. You know, FOMO kicks in bad.
Hayden, you're an Apple. Okay, well that's good because I can't hear what he's saying. But you're an Apple guy, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to get my home screen looking like Justin's, where it counts down.
No, it's not my home screen.
Is it just like some sort of like
He said
So
biometric.
when
application or
Yeah, so what I do is in like your clock,
yeah.
if you go to alarm,
See if I have
like
this.
at the top of mine, it says how much time before my alarm goes off. So, for example, I don't know if you have that. Like my first alarm goes off at 5 a.m. So on the top of my alarm screen, it says 8 hours and 45 minutes till your
Right.
alarm. So what I do in the evening is I just leave that. So when I put my phone in, when I sleep it, as soon as I open it with my biometrics, it just shows me that. So I can't see the time. I just see how many hours left.
Right. So maybe iPhones can do that somehow.
I
can't.
Here he goes. Don't give him anything. Don't give him anything.
Apple, it's the best. Why?
It's the
Steve
best.
Jobs told you? Fuck off.
This is Justin's leading argument because
Yeah.
that's what
Well, what has he been through? He's been
Oh, you can't
Huawei. He's been, how many different types of phone has he had?
Oh God, that's the nice thing about Android, man, is you can have a plethora. I was
You've had a
I
Huawei?
think
He had a
I've had
Huawei.
my last one was a Huawei. This one is a Samsung.
Nice.
I used to have. Do you know the Note when the Note came out?
The foldy?
There's
Is it or is
It
the
was like
giant one?
dude. It was
A
giant. It was
tablet.
like
It's a tablet.
It's a tablet.
It's a tablet.
it was so big. And then I tried to have it in a protector, and I was like, I can't. Like this thing doesn't even fit in my fucking pocket. Man. Like, it
Just let
felt
me answer
so
my
ab-
phone.
So you get these little clips that come under your belt or your pants, and it was like, you know how you can get like cell phone clips, but it was specifically for this. So it's just
Oh
this
my God.
giant clip that you could have. It was a great phone, but it was excessive, and came with like a stylus. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh,
Like
fuck
4
yeah.
days later, I didn't know where the stylus was. You know, like what?
Wait, does it
Um,
not have a little slot for the stylus, or
Oh
does
yeah,
it? It
yeah,
does. Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay.
What else have I had? I've had my very first one was the original iPhone. Like when the original iPhone first came out, I got one.
Oh,
And I
nice.
got that one, and then maybe an iPhone 4 or what, up to an iPhone 4, and then I made the switch to Android and never went back. I like it better. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
so
have an
you-
Android for work. I freaking hate it.
See, I used to have to have an iPhone for work, and I fucking hated it. Dude,
It's
there's
so
many
unresponsive.
things that there's so many things on phone that you can't even do. Like if I want to set a cursor down, I can't. I gotta like sit and like hold my finger there, and then if I move it around, like I can't just tap where I want to put a cursor. Like there's so like how do I send a file in an email? How about you just have the little attachment button where I can hit attachment? Why do I gotta go hunting and like, oh, here's this weird icon that doesn't
Press and
resemble
hold. It says
anything.
attach file. I
Touch
think
and
I
hold?
think it,
Yeah. See, why do I gotta press and hold shit for, man? I just like.
I'm
this
pretty
is-
sure these
Nobody
days.
reads the manual. You just gotta like figure that shit out. Like I guess like it's good for kids for trying to solve stupid puzzles. But
That's why there's always those like videos on how to, like no one knows the more than the basics. You want to do anything else, you got to watch a video. I'm pretty sure both phones now have stolen enough from each other that they're almost identical in terms of interface. But who knows?
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
about
think-
that. No,
I
I
think-
think they're different, dude.
I think coming up there, what iPhone's doing, the foldy phones.
Are they?
Yeah, so that's what I've
Late
been
to the
hearing.
party. Android's been doing that for years.
Yeah, but I've seen them, and then I have held them, and I haven't used them, but I've just I don't know about how I feel about the foldy phones.
I have no
There's always have the
interest in it.
crease in the middle, no matter how you want to spin it. There's always that crease that I don't really like. It's yeah, I'm not about that. I do miss a good flip phone.
Motorola's
I
coming
do
back.
miss a good, yeah. But I'm not
Do you know
I'm
what
not
I
gonna
miss?
use one, but I miss it though.
You know what? So before we got the iPhones for work, we had flip phones. It was so archaic, but we had them, and that's how we communicated. And you know what? It was like a little bit of nostalgia because I got a text with T9. Like, do you remember texting
Oh fuck,
with T9?
I was so fast.
Oh, dude, it was like, dude, you would get so fast at texting with T9. It was probably quicker than texting nowadays because and you knew how many times if when you punched that sequence of numbers in, your word wasn't going to be the first word that popped up, and you knew how many times you had to hit shift 2 to get to the word. You know what I mean? Like there was so much
Yes.
uh
Yes.
like skill to it. It was
You
rough.
could do that
Anyways,
shit in the dark and you would get it right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Hey, you know what? Before we move any further, let's get to the code word. Because I just had a really good one. It's gonna be Android.
Oh,
Android is this week's. Hayden or Shao, whoever, tell us what you have a chance to win. If you email, because I think we forgot to give our email in the last episode.
I think I threw it out there. Maybe I didn't.
You probably
it's-
did.
So email the code word Android, fucking hell, to chummythumbs@gmail.com for your chance to win very special limited edition Sound spatial audio earbuds. Now, each email will count as five
Five.
entries. 5 entries. So yeah, don't miss out on these. These are valued at close to $300 USD. So USD. So
Hey,
yeah,
and did they posted on Instagram recently, didn't they?
they did. They did. The post on Instagram is they're about to come out with new ones that aren't wireless. They will have the cable, like kind of old school, because some people actually do prefer them with the cable. And having a cable means there will be zero latency, no matter what. No matter what Bluetooth wireless thing you use, there will be split second of lag or latency, but you won't get any with the wire ones, and those will be coming out probably next month. So I'll see if I can get my hands on those and do another giveaway for those as well. But yeah, they have been partnering up with a few people here and there, and who they posted was Tori Spelling, who
For all you 90s.
huge following, but I'm not sure
well.
what she has to do with music. Whatever.
She's
Everyone listens to
celebrity.
music.
Maybe she enjoys it.
Yeah.
I'm sure
She likes
loves
to
it.
listen.
I'm sure she likes
You
to
think
listen to
George
things.
Clooney really drinks Nescafe? Give me a break. You know,
Every
he
day.
just fucking smiles and holds it up, Shao.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Oh man, no, that's awesome. Yes, so make sure you email in, get your chance.
Yeah, and before we fall out of topic again,
Fucking beautiful.
He gets, I
That
guess
was-
he
sorry,
gets a
I'm so
fist
sorry.
pump
I'm
for
so
how
sorry.
good that one
So
was,
you-
and
he's
I get
enjoying it.
roasted. I get roasted every time I do something bad. I see what's going on here.
What you
You're like,
Yeah,
oh, that was
say
so
what?
good, Shao. That was so good. Bring more
was.
of that. Bring more of that.
the segue? That was a brilliant.
That was a
segue.
great sweep. That was great seek.
That was a good segue.
Did any of you guys ever play Fallout?
No, I did not. I knew about the guy.
The blonde-haired thumbs up
Yeah.
Vault-Tec
So-
guy?
I always
What
sort
is
of
it? Good boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew about the franchise, but I didn't know
Yeah.
what type of game it was. I thought it was just like a straight up like shoot 'em up. But I think it was more like a Final Fantasy game to start with, where it's action role playing.
Mm.
Before it, I don't know what the newer ones are. I don't know if the newer ones are more like Doom or Call of Duty style games. I don't know, but never played them.
I would
Yeah.
say the one I played was open world-esque, like where you have certain things you do in an area, but then you can go out into the world and not to the extreme of like GTA or anything like that. But you know what? I played it after I watched it. I never played
yeah.
it before, but after I watched the first season, I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna play some Fallout."
Did you play the Vegas one? Do you remember?
Ooh, it was this exactly the same opening as the show,
Mm.
but you start. I think you have to evacuate into the vault, and then it kind of like time goes by. I think.
Right. Did you enjoy the game?
It's been a while since I played. I did, but you know what? Fuck, I'm so spoiled with like newer video games that playing it, like it was old graphics, it was old. I was just like, ugh. Like it was good, but I was like, I could play a game like this that's way better. You know what I mean? Like
On your
It's
mobile.
like-
yeah.
yeah, it was like
so it was
I'm
probably
gonna,
the third one.
actually,
it was probably Far Cry 3.
I want to go play GTA 5 now. I'm gonna re-download GTA 5 and play that, which I did.
Right.
So story
So-
didn't mean shit for you. You were like, graphics is got to be my number one thing
When I'm gaming.
when you're gaming.
Yeah, I've
Could be
never
a piece
actually
of
been a
shit
big
game,
story
you know.
gamer. I did try
Mm.
playing that Detroit Human game. Did you guys see that game?
No.
It's basically all role playing. You come alive as this AI and like robot, like kind of humanoid, I guess you'd call it. And then you just
An android, perhaps?
oh fuck, he's crushing it today. Hey, he is.
That one was a good
crushing
one.
it.
That one was a good one.
He's crushing it. I would say exactly that. And it's story. Like people will interact with you, and then you just have to kind of answer things. Like you can move around too, but it's like a complete story driven game, and the graphics
Right.
are amazing, and I really enjoyed it. Didn't play it all the way through, but
So
Right.
amazing
No,
that
so-
I didn't finish the game.
So, so as most of you probably already know, we are planning to watch season 2 of Fallout that's coming out, as Justin said, in a couple weeks. And so we are, some of us are rewatching season 1, and we watched episode 1 and 2. And one thing I do want to mention is that I do really, really appreciate, because I never played the game. I played the mobile game, but it's very signature in the sense that the music is in what is it? Is it 70s music or 60s music? Or I can't remember what
maybe
exactly the first
50s,
scene
yeah,
took
50s,
place.
50s.
50s. And so I think that's when the story starts in season 1, episode 1, before the bombing, correct?
Mhm.
50s. And so there's a lot of those kind of music, like very signature to the 50s, and all the designs of the bottle caps, the good boy, the costumes is very, very, very much to the game, which I think a lot of people who played the game appreciate. Which my thing I wanted to talk about kind of steers away from the actual story a little bit, is that I personally don't really recall any movie that's made that's a video game made into a movie that is successful if they change the aesthetic too much. My example being, this was very successful, of course. Sonic potentially could have been disaster because they changed the look of Sonic, and then fans obviously protested and all that stuff, and they made it look just like the poster that Justin has behind him. So, like, can you guys think of any examples where they actually changed the look of certain characters or stuff like that, and it became successful? I mean, Ninja Turtles is another one that bombed or failed because largely based on the looks, I think. I mean, obviously the story, whatever, right? But I think people would have appreciated it more if it looked more what they are used to, and not a whole revamp of an
You're
appearance.
talking about Michael Bay's.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
And I think there's a new Zelda game coming out that people are quite happy with, because the characters the characters who were cast to play Zelda and Link look pretty, pretty as close as you can to a animated character,
Mhm.
right?
Wow, one that's failed that, or even went away. That's a stumper for me. I'm sure if I thought about it for a while, I could
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
think of
I
something.
mean,
Any
another
off the top of your
successful
head, Hayden?
a successful one as well, the Super Mario movies, that the animated ones, it's very successful because it looks very much like
Like the
Mario.
game.
Yeah.
I can't think of ones that have deviated from the design. Like they tried to do the Assassin's Creed with Michael Fassbender, and that looked like the game.
Right. That's true.
But I don't know. I think the story let it down. The Prince of Persia one, I actually really liked that one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, me too.
Jake, yeah.
But
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh,
I don't
he
get why people
wasn't.
didn't look.
He wasn't a
Yeah, sorry.
Persian." I'm like, "It's a video game. Like, come on."
It wasn't a Persian.
Like,
Right,
he looked
those
just
are
like
good
the
examples.
character.
I
He
forgot about
looked
those.
just like him.
Well, if they, yeah. Yeah, it's I don't, yeah, is that why that one got hate? Because I knew it wasn't loved on, but that's one I've watched and rewatched more than once because I really enjoyed it.
So it just kind of makes me question why, if we were showrunners and we got tasked to make a very successful video game, let's just say
What
Metroid.
game?
Do you guys know Metroid?
Yeah.
For Super Nintendo.
Oh, come on, let's pick a good one. Yeah, no,
Oh, that's a hot take.
no, I'm just thinking, what would it be? Yeah, Metroid. Let's roll with Metroid. Metroid.
So Metroid obviously has a very signature look, the signature suit. I can't imagine why any one of us as, I don't know, producers, executive producers, be like, let's change it. Let's make it look different or make Ripley look different. Because you have you start off with such a good fan base anyway for any of the games we mentioned. So why even risk deviating from that? I don't really understand as a production standpoint why people would do that. I guess.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, because you've already got a built-in fan base. So like, this is guaranteed money if we do it like justice to the source material. Why would you change it?
Yeah. So that's, I don't know. I mean, this might be a really short topic in general, but I never really understood why that was a thing and why production would. Yeah.
I guess maybe if people are trying to take a fresh look on it, hey, we're gonna take a fresh look at these characters. We're gonna modernize them a bit, like in the the Ninja Turtles world. That's probably what he's thinking, and it's Michael Bay. So if you go into it like hoping for anything other than just like cool explosions,
yeah,
you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah.
But did you guys watch The Witcher?
No.
Oh no, I didn't, but that's also another one that I know a little bit about that. What I know, and Hayden, please fill in the holes, is that when Henry Cavill, Justin, sorry, yes, there you go. Okay, when Henry Cavill, I think he did season 1 and 2.
And 3. Reluctantly.
And then he decided to leave because they started to go away from the story / books, right? And he's a true gamer, and he wanted to stay true to whatever. And then so they casted the second handsomest Hemsworth brother.
Yes.
To play to take over, and I think apparently it's doing quite well. But it just goes back to the fact that you have a really, really solid foundation, which is so strong that it gives you the right to make a TV show or a movie, and then you're just taking it, being like, you know what, let's change it up a little bit. That part I just don't really.
That was like exactly what happened on The Witcher, because the showrunner, she was like, oh, I've got this source material and it's all about this, well, mostly about this one character, and then she decided that she was going to rewrite it to focus more on the other character. And then by season 3, Henry Cavill's Witcher character was essentially a secondary. He wasn't even the main source of the story, and he, like you said, Shao, he raised his voice a couple of times about how they were deviating too far from the game source and the book source to create this totally new narrative. So he was like, I'm out.
Oh, do you think maybe he had his feelings hurt because he wasn't gonna be the star anymore?
The star.
Ooh.
Well, if you look at what
so
he's okay,
super are you? Huh?
well, you look at
Clark
Kent.
Yeah,
Well, he
Clint.
went off. He went off and
just
did
goes by Clint.
Clint together.
Clint Clark.
To avoid any trademark issues, he's Clint.
Yeah.
He went off after that. He went off and did the Voltron movie, which he was a fan of Voltron in Australia. He shot that in Australia, and then he's also wants to do a Warhammer film that he's.
Oh, I know he plays Warhammer.
Big gamer and nerd, and I think being let out of it actually has let him do these other things. And he's going to be in the new Highlander film, which is going to be cool as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't understand why a showrunner would be like, I'm going to use this IP to, push my own agenda through it, which is what happened in The Witcher.
But even if the story isn't great, as long as the characters and the world is similar or as close as it can be to the game. My example being Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? All the costumes and Scorpion, Sub-Zero, they look like the game. Goro, was that his name?
Sure.
The one with like
the forearms.
The forearms.
It was Goro with it.
Let's.
No,
No,
it's
I know. I like that. I like that. I like that.
It works.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Yeah, they all looked. I mean, obviously, Mortal Kombat, the story of it isn't fantastic.
They got a sequel
But-
coming out, so another sequel.
But I think now a lot of studios know to listen to the fans because they pretty much can control the box office in a sense. So, yeah, that's just another point for
On that one quickly before we dig into the show a bit more.
yeah.
The new Street Fighter film that's coming out. There's a couple of castings in that where I'm like, yeah, that was actually good, and then there's a lot of other castings where I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Like,
I do want to see what they look like first before I
Yeah.
make any judgment, but I am on board with you.
I'm
I think
thinking-
Street Fighter is always a hard one to cast.
it depends on how many people are actually going to be fighting, I guess, because some of these like 50, exactly, but 50 Cent's in it. I'm like, he's like mid-50s. What's he going to do martial arts wise?
He would
Well,
fucking
he
still
plays-
kick the shit out of us.
He plays
just
Balrog.
gets-
What's his name? Balrog? No, yeah, the boxer, right?
So there are just some of them. Like the guy that's playing Ryu is amazing. He was in that Warrior show. I can't remember his name, but he's an actual martial artist.
Okay.
So there's a couple of them that are actual martial artists, and then a bunch of them that there's like a basketball player. There's 50 Cent. There's some other
There's
dudes.
I think Cody Rhodes is the guy from WWE. I think
Yeah.
he's
So he might be alright.
Guile.
Well, that would be alright because I mean, Giles, what? He's an American soldier, boxer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it just looked interesting. I'm like, I'm not sure about this. Because the last
Yeah.
one that was done was actually really, really good. Not the one from the 90s with Jean-Claude Van Damme, but there was one. There was one done by. It was like a fan film that Capcom was like, "Yeah, we like what your film has done. Here's more money, make a better one," and they did.
Oh, right. I remember that
That's
one.
so cool. I don't like 50 Cent is one of those actors for me. Like most actors, even if I don't think they're great, like I can still take them somewhat seriously. I don't know how to explain this, but 50 Cent is one of those actors where no matter, even if he does a really, really good job, like I only ever see 50 Cent and I can't get past it. Like I just can't get past that as 50 Cent. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys have anybody like that when you watch, but he's one for me where I'm like,
Oh man, The Rock.
is that right? See,
For
'cause
me,
I
for
love
me
The
is
Rock. Yeah.
For me,
Oh yeah.
I can't see him as anything else.
Yeah. That's funny. Do you have anybody, Hayden?
I don't know.
I've heard a lot of people say that about Ryan Reynolds.
Because he's got
It's
a
kind of
certain
the same-
charisma in it, in a lot of
Same
his
character, and like when he's on talk shows, he's kind of the same, that kind of thing.
So even like that though, for example, where it's kind of very similar character in all of it, and like you say, and even in real life, like it just seems like that's who Ryan Reynolds is, and he's like, hey, this movie could be better if Ryan Reynolds was in it, and he just and it
Yeah.
works. But like, even though it's like that for him, and there's some other actors like that as well, I can still be behind it. Like I'm okay with it. Like it doesn't bother me. Like I don't see it the same way as when I see 50 Cent. I'm just like, I don't know. I just can't take it
just out of
seriously.
I agree with you. Just out of curiosity, I think I've only ever seen him in like that movie, that start like his own movie. What else has he been in?
Oh, he's been in.
I think he has a lot of credits. I just can't
God.
think of it in the top of my head.
Yeah, he's never been like in that one where he's really been a main. Oh God. I don't know why I'm wanting to say Fast and the Furious, but I don't think it's not Fast and the Furious. You just stall. I'll look up his IMDb.
I've got it up already. He was in
There you go.
Expendables 4.
Expendables.
That's what it. That's
Okay,
what
no, he's in something else though, because I haven't seen Expendables 4. I don't think.
He's
probably
done a
got
lot of
mixed up with-
stuff, but it's like a
He's
lot
done
of
a-
things.
Justin's like, oh, that movie with him and Jackie Chan when they're in like the one
was
that's like,
a
you
good
don't
movie.
understand the words that come out of my mouth. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, and yeah, Training
He's thinking about
Day,
someone completely. Yeah. Just
Training
every
Day.
black actor is
He
50
was
Cent to
great.
Justin.
Training
Men
Day.
in Black again, opposite Tommy Lee Jones. Fantastic.
So good. Okay, I'm looking it up because
While Justin looks that up, I'm going to ask you, Shao, because just to go on video game movies real quickly, did you see or watch, what was it? Just had it up. Borderlands?
Nope.
Nope.
I know
'Cause
my
that was-
idol's in it for like 4 seconds. That's kind of all I know about Borderlands. I didn't play it. I kind of liked the style of it when I saw the trailer. And then I think the last time I checked, it got 4%. And so I thought, let's not waste my time with this. And it's funny because even on Bad Friends, Bobby kind of alludes to how bad the movie is. But
And he's
kinda
in
make
it,
fun
is
of
he?
it.
That's what you,
yeah,
who you meant
he's
by
in it
your
for a
idol?
little bit. Yeah.
I looked
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
that's
cast
nice.
and I was like, the cast was good, but I thought they were a little too old, if that makes, that's like eight. I was a little bit ageist in my comments, but I thought, I don't really know the game, but not that there's anything, like I had this, so after Borderlands, just to digress for a second, there was a double Meg Ryan marathon on television. It was Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail. And I just sat there watching them. And I was like, how old are these people? And then I was watching like You Got Mail and I was like, this has got Dave Chappelle in it. And it's got Steve Zane. And I'm pretty sure he was in episode 2 or someone who sounded very similar to him. But I was like, these people aren't that old. And then I realized like this film is from 98. So in my brain, certain actors have like stayed the same age and I've just gotten older.
Right.
So seeing the cast of Borderlands, I'm like, oh yeah, it's got Jack Black, it's got Kate Blanchett, they're
Kevin
young.
Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, hang on, no wait, so I don't know the game enough to know if they were age appropriate or if they were just like making them up to look young. And it was, I mean, I looked at the bill of that film and I was like, this has got star class all over it, but it was obviously let down by whatever it was let down by. But anywho, that was my bit. Anyone's
It's a
got
good
a
bit.
Sieg? Justin, you used it all up. You used it all up. I'm putting you on the spot.
My digits was, but it wasn't a Sieg, but it was a callback to the.
It was a callback, and it's not even
second
going to
episode.
make. It's not even going to make
No.
the cut. I can
Uh,
react. I can cold react.
I don't know. I think this is just a lot of dead space, so we should filly it with some air.
Affiliate.
That's where they.
That's where they went. That's this town she had to get to was Philly. You did fall asleep. God damn it, Hayden.
You said affiliate. I thought affiliate was like a one word, not fill
Like-
it.
Philly.
I got it. I'm just not quick on the draw. I'm very slow.
I probably slurred it.
No, I was like affiliate. What, did I miss something? No, it's Philly.
Well, you know
man.
what,
It's Philly.
Hayden, why don't you just do like a really brief kind of recap of the 2 episodes, just to start the discussion.
Okay, so episode 1, we are introduced to vault number 32, and there's a lot of incest talk going on between people. We can't no longer sleep with cousins. We've got to pair you up with someone outside the vault.
Yes. Oh, Vault 33.
Vault 33.
Yeah.
But
I know it was. I love just how openly that's talked about. It's one thing in the show right away. I was like, oh, this is interesting. Yeah, these people have been trapped underground for 219 years, and it's just like, oh yeah, we can't. It's okay to fool around, but we can't have babies with our cousins. That's no way to keep our healthy sexual life. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, good point.
that was one thing I did find interesting about the Vault characters. They were very by the book on certain things. Like when she tried to de-escalate conflict. They obviously have
So
been
good.
training on how they should do it, but then at the same time, they're very much like, if a something is if a scenario is there for them, they'll just do it. Case in point, the wedding nights, where it's just like all of a sudden your husband is naked and you're like, okay, whatever I was talking about doesn't matter now. Let's do it. Let's repopulate the population, and then again,
whole point of their existence.
and then again at the end of episode 2, you know, the guy, before I get there, the guy's like, you must do this task, and she's like, okay, and then, you know, then does it. There's like no hesitation. Well, there is initial, but when it comes to doing the task, so it's curious, it's interesting, I guess, examination of human behavior. This whole series, basically.
Oh, yeah.
On
because it's like they're raised with one sole purpose. So, I think that's why in the end of episode 2, when he asks her or tells her, "You got to do this. You have to do this. Basically, this is the task." She's so used to just like everything is like, no matter what it is, like you said, it has to be done. It's not a question of should I do it. It's like it has to. Like I'm gonna do it.
So yeah,
Anyways,
so I was a little. It works both ways in terms of timeline, because when I was watching it, the start of it is, I was like, oh, this is 1950s Hollywood. This is around the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis, I think. That was like the 50s, 60s. So it made sense that they were going to get bombed. And he was... And I put it together, like, they talked about the cowboy dude doing the thumbs up. That must have been his thing. So I'm wondering if he is a connection to the actual, whatever the Fallout guy's name is. If that was, like, why they chose that as a character, as a remnant from the old times. Yeah, and he's obviously been alive for 200 years. I don't, like, they just put an IV drip in the ground and kept him alive as a living corpse. But anyway, so yeah, episode 1, we're introduced to post-Great War America. If it is how the games go, it's a nuclear war between China and the US. Which makes me wonder that the rest of the world is probably fine. It's absolutely fine. Just kind of like Paradise, where it's like only the US get... Well, actually, Paradise was the entire world they got exploded on. But this one, if it was only China and the US, I'm like, the rest of the world is absolutely fine. And they probably just were like, don't ever go there. Let them kill themselves. If they try to get off land, we won't let them. That's a whole nother...
build a wall.
It's a whole nother thing to think about. I was just like, the rest of the world probably doesn't give a shit about what's going on in the wasteland.
But do you think, well, that's actually, I guess it wouldn't be, do you think they would have been affected by nuclear cloud and fallout? Other regions of the world?
Maybe. Australia would be fine.
Yeah.
Far enough away.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a very good point. I wonder. I think it's interesting, too, because just kind of like Paradise, you see... Well, Paradise, you kind of you start there and then you see what led up to it. This, it starts like, 2 minutes before the first bomb drops. So it's like right away, like you get a little bit of backstory. I think you get just enough backstory about the ghoul. Like, he's a good person. You see, he seems like a good person. Like, I think deep down, maybe that's still in him. Because, like, why else would you show that? Like, there's a reason they showed and they picked him specifically as the character to show before the bomb goes off. And then he's not even the first. He's, you know, you get introduced to all these other characters before him, like after the bomb. But I like how then it's like, it's that you don't even know about the bunkers at the time, the vaults. And then all of a sudden you're 219 years later and then you're introduced to Lucy. And it's like her, and then that's your introduction into the vault and what life is like now that many years later. Because remember, we were talking about when we were watching Paradise, we're like, well, what, like, how long would you have to pack food for? Like, you'd really have to plan out your population control and all this. And then this show, it's really interesting because it's almost the same sort of concept, but different story. and now we're actually 220 years, and you're seeing how society has kept on in this, like, hey, we have rules, we have to follow this, we got to make sure we breed with other vaults. Our main goal is to wait till the radiation levels go down, and then we can go out and save America.
Repopulate the surface. And what was interesting is that you'll find this out in episode 2 is that the doctor, he has information on like everything and everybody. He knew her name, he knew who her dad was, he knew about the vaults, he knew what their specific vault was designed to do. They were to grow corn, and what the projection of their background. So he obviously was not had a hand in the design, obviously, because it's 200 years in the future, but he had access to that information. And I don't know what the facility was that he was working in. Again, jumping forward to episode 2, it was something. They were breeding guard dogs.
Yeah.
But doing some other stuff too. But anyway, episode 1, we're introduced to pre-Great War, the Ghoul character. I think he was he like an actual movie star, or was he a cowboy? Who knows? The whole thing is interesting in that you fast forward 200 years, and I wonder if it's going to happen in our own society. The technology is still technically progressing forward, because we wouldn't have armored suits and that kind of weaponry, or the power in the handheld artillery that some of those guns have got.
Yeah,
but also
Ghoul's, like his little pistol is like
just like explodes people. It's
shoots
insane.
bullets the size of a beer can, man. It's crazy.
But they also are back in like the Western times, you know. It's like a whole bunch of different things going on here, but you said it in the future, and it's like, that's fine. It's how we've survived in this.
Yeah, they do that with like Star Wars too. I always found that about Star Wars. It's like very, very advanced technology in some ways, but also like very archaic technology and life in other ways. It's like this juxtaposition that works. We buy it. We're like, oh yeah, you can, still live like it's the olden days, but also have machines that fly around. I was gonna say something. I've lost it.
Yep.
I've lost it. Okay.
Anyway, I'll keep diverting off what episode 1. We're introduced to these characters. She's she's making her case about why she should be allowed to get married and procreate with someone from another vault, and they agree. Also, I think her brother is the brother from Hannah Montana for some reason. If any of you guys ever watched that show,
Nope.
Not even the brother. So
Yeah.
not the brother. He was like a little entrepreneur guy, and he was so annoying. And I was like, wait up, isn't that the kid from Hannah Montana? Anyway, her wedding comes around, and then it turns out that they're raiders. Is that what she said they were? People from the
they thought it was, they thought it was people from Vault 32, but they find out it was raiders.
The people from the surface come down to basically pillage the crops that these vaults have got, kill everybody, and then move on to the next one. So she survives, her cousin survives, brother survives, and a bunch of the other council members survive. Dad gets kidnapped and taken away. She vows to go rescue him, so she devises a plot to hit up the surface. That was the end of the first episode. She gets up to the surface and tries to find where her dad's at.
I will say one of the important characters you get introduced to is her name Lee? Is that the name? Lee is the leader of the woman,
Lee Maldev. I forget.
Yeah, so
how
she's
you
kind of like the
pronounce it.
leader of the raiders, it seems like, and her name gets sprinkled throughout episode 1 and 2. Lucy's on a mission kind of to pretty much find her, because I think she has information that she wants, of course, about whereabouts of her dad, or no, yeah. So I think her mission right now is kind of to find her, and then going on that mission obviously gets a lot of side quests here and there, and meeting the doctor who, like Hayden said, was breeding or creating guard dogs and stuff. And I think he took one himself, took one in himself without people knowing, I think, and
It
created
was
this
under
sort of
10 pounds.
syringe serum thing, which he injected into his own neck. Someone found that out. The dog killed that person, like savagely killed
yeah.
that person. And then yeah, so and Lucy bumps into him in episode 2, I think. Correct?
Yeah, episode 2 starts with the introduction to the doctor, and that's when, like I said at the beginning, when I was like, I was like, oh, I'll watch the start of just watch episode 2, and then I watched the first however many seconds of him doing that. I was like, yeah, no, I got to watch this whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sort of the whole point. Exactly, is to get, like, the doctor is trying to get to somewhere with something that we don't know, and there is a bounty on him. And everybody kind of knows about it. The Brotherhood of Steel, we get introduced to that character. We get introduced to the Ghoul in episode 2, because there's some bounty hunters that are bringing him out of the grave to use him to go find this doctor. So now the Ghoul kills them, and now he's looking for him. So you get introduced, more predominantly to some characters, like Lucy, especially in episode 1. But episode 2 is great because you get introduced to the Brotherhood of Steel, Titus, Lord Titus. I forget the guy who started as a squire. How about those squire bags, though, hey, that they got to carry?
It's just a giant hockey bag thing. It's huge.
Oh, the thing is so big. And the Ghoul. And so the Ghoul's hunting this doctor. The Brotherhood of Steel, Maximus, is hunting this doctor. And then the girl is just trying to find her dad, and they all kind of arrive in Philly at the same time, which makes for this great sort of scene. But how about Maximus when he's the squire of Titus?
The cave part?
Yeah, the cave part where Titus sends him in. He's like, you go in. He's like, but I don't have like any armor or anything. And meanwhile, this guy's in this like 10-foot tall giant cast steel armored suit. Anyways, I thought that was really
to
quite
touch
funny.
on that. I do appreciate the casting of the guy who played Titus.
Titus, yeah.
It's Michael
Rappaport,
right? Because he's supposed to be a little bit douchey. He was a douchebag actually too. Maximus, he was kind of like a prick or whatever, and he was and then when he revealed that it was him, I'm like, oh, okay, I can see. Because I think Michael, I think, does surround herself with a lot of controversial statements, and not a lot of people like him very much sometimes. But so I'm like, that's pretty good. I like that.
I also
casting.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, or like had this thought too, but watching it, like I just knew, and like I forgot who it was, but even the first time I was watching it, you just knew when that helmet came off, it was gonna be some douchey guy under there.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know if you
had to
know
be.
what I mean, because he's just acting so tough, but then also you just got this feeling.
He was a bitch
Like,
when
the
he started getting
voice.
attacked at. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Yeah. I remember what I was gonna say earlier is about the doctor specifically, and well, the show season 1. I'm so happy that we're doing this before season 2 comes out, because yes, I kind of know like the general characters, but like I completely forget where the story is going. Like I forget what information the doctor has. Like I forget where, like there's certain moments from episodes that I remember, and like a moment though, because either some of it is like the action or the violence or the gore, or some of it like when it happens I'm like, oh yeah, like I remember this now. But right now, like just rewatching it, there's so much that I just have forgotten.
Yeah. I actually
Like
can't wait to watch the
they
other
took her
ones.
dad. I was like, oh yeah, oh they took her dad, and then let's just get to how episode 2 ends. She's trying to get the doctor across. How about the putting the foot on him? It's just so gory. But they're just like, oh, this is what we do. And she's just watching, and Anyways, and then they will walk across, and he had injected himself. And then it's dropped on the news when they're there at this shop in Philly after the big shootout scene, that the shop owner who Lucy was sort of having back and forth with knows who this woman is that has her dad, and she's in charge of trying to get the doctor there, so she sets them up to go find. It's like, oh shit. And then when the doctor's like, okay, you got to do this one thing because it's just my head that needs to get here. I took cyanide, so here's a saw that when you push a button, you have to hold it, though. It slowly rotates, serrated blades around this little thing, and you just need to cut my head off, okay, because I'm about to die, and just carry it, because it'll be a lot easier than trying to drag my body. I was like, oh my God, like I just completely forgot about all this stuff. I was like,
and that's what I mean. She's just
so
like,
cool.
okay,
I'm
here
like,
we
oh,
go.
man. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
And then cue 50s music, and I love that they're using that music throughout. It works so well. Yeah, so good call on rewatching this. But that's what I wanted to say is that I've forgotten it. So it is like new. It's new, but not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were some of your? Because you never played the game, or did you play the game, Hayden?
I've never played the game.
Okay, so not playing the game, just as a show on its own. Like, what are your overall thoughts on it so far? And where do you think it's gonna go? Like, do you have any idea on where you think it's gonna go at this point? Or what would you like to see? Or both?
So, overall, I'm very well. Obviously, it's going to be centered around Lucy. She's the one we see first. She's definitely going to team up with Maximus and his suit of armor, because he, as the squire, he took the armor, so he's going to, I'm also very okay. So, the old lady in Philly mentions, oh, we got a real life vault person here, or whatever she says. So obviously,
the vault dweller.
There are obviously other vault dwellers that are up on the surface. There's got to be, if that's a type, like they all know about them being the rich folk that got to live under the ground while the rest of the world burned. But I'm curious to find out if they do any sort of backstory on what actually happened after the bomb, because there's majority of the people are normal. They're just a little bit cuckoo in the head. It is definitely the Wild West of the future. But I'm hoping that those two characters will get together. I'm wondering if the ghoul will end up teaming up with them reluctantly as a third party while they track down What's-a-Nuts, who's got Lucy's dad. I'm hoping to see more of how they... What's the word I'm looking for? How they portray the wasteland of America after a nuclear fallout. What actual big cities? Because they're obviously in Los Angeles to start with. They're going inland, I'm guessing. Are they going to go to Nevada? Are they going to go to Vegas like one of the games? Are they going to go there for season 2 maybe? Who knows? But there's obviously, she probably won't get her dad back at the end of season 1. I don't think she will. It'll be one of those things where she almost does. But it's interesting to, the thing I'm most interested for is to see how the two different worlds, the Vault world and the people on the top, have survived and prospered. Because there's obviously a slight military aspect with the knights and the squires, and that's a little bit religious, cultish as well. There's got to be a military somewhere. Like, that's why the knights have got those fancy helicopter plane things and the big-ass guns. But there's got to be more of that. There's regular people. There'll still be different classes, I think, of, hierarchy of class on the up side. and whether or not there are more vaults further into the US she goes.
Yeah, it's two completely different worlds, and it's very funny because once the Vault Dweller Lucy comes up to the surface, and I mean this is maybe just Lucy's character too, but the surface people is laughable to them. You know, like Vault Dweller, they don't take them seriously. They don't, and the world is just different, and they know they're not going to last. Like so many times they're told, Lucy's told, like basically how life is. Yeah, like you're gonna adapt or die. Like the world's different up here. And yet she's still very open and welcoming. Like even when he tries to reason with the ghoul in the shootout, and he's just kind of taken aback by, you know, how just honest and real she is. Like, hey, there's a conflict right now, so we're gonna come to a nice, peaceful resolution, because we don't need to get hurt. And it's just like, what is happening? But and I love how you made that comment about like different classes and seeing things, because that's one thing that I really like about the show is because this is 219 years after nuclear fallout, where you've had people that have found a way to survive on the surface, and then you've had these people that have been living in vaults underground surviving and coming out, is like how much it's changed. They can really do a lot of things, not with just the amount of years that have gone by, but the effects of radiation and this and that. Like you don't know what type of characters or people, or like the cockroaches. Yeah, we always said cockroaches would be the only things to survive. Well, not only did they survive, but they've mutated and they are massive and they hunt humans now. You know what I mean? So it's like every episode as we go along, like you don't know what possibility it's like or what they're going to run into, because the possibilities could be anything when you're playing in an environment like this as a creator. And I know they have to follow the video game a little bit too, but having not played the video game, I'm like, I don't know what could come. I don't know what could come next. And that's exciting as an audience.
Shao, any final words from you? Are you happy just to go along for the ride? Nah. So
No.
No, this is one of the shows that a lot of people said that you don't need to play the games to really enjoy it. I think playing the games obviously adds a little bit of bonus. Seeing all the costumes, seeing the bottle caps, seeing the references and
little
music,
Easter eggs,
exactly. So yeah, they, you know, I didn't really look up the showrunners or the producers, but they did a phenomenal job, I think, with this show so far. And yeah, I actually can't wait to rewatch like 3 and 4.
Yes, we're gonna do 3 and 4 for next week. So if you're following us along at home, I guess you couldn't have known because we just dropped on you today. But if you haven't seen it yet, you should check it out, because it's definitely worth a watch with season 2 coming right away. It's not like, hey, I binged this show, it was awesome, and now I got to wait a year. It's like, no, come follow along with us, and then we'll dive right into season 2. But I think that's all the time we have for this week, so we'll wrap it up. Hayden, please remind everybody again what the code word was for this week's episode.
Apple. It was Apple.
So that is the quickest way to get your entries out of the lottery. Of course, it's Android, because we only pick the best things around here. So, yes, Fallout. I think we're all digging it so far. For the second time, I know I am. Hayden, for the first time, I'm happy to hear you are. We'll keep going with it. Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you listen. And until next week, folks, keep on thumbing.